My name is James Kernan with MP May. I'm the zone manager here in Heart of the Midlands. Go Huskers. And I'm also an ELCA leadership instructor. So I'm honored to host today's event. We also have a few team members that are with us today from Region 3. Katie, I see Katie on here in Quinetta. Everybody say hello to the team. We'll also be kind of watching chat. So today I'm really excited. We're going to hear from 3 special guests that are here sharing their personal stories about how CFC charities really came to their rescue and during their time of need. So, but before we get started, a couple boring housekeeping things. So phones off, cameras on, we'd love to see you. Microphones off, unless you're a speaker. And then just a pro tip, on the very top right-hand side of your screen, your Zoom screen, you should see a view icon. If you click the view icon on the top right-hand side, click on speaker view, and speaker view basically will highlight on your screen whoever's speaking. We've got a handful of speakers today, and today's agenda should last about 30 minutes, believe it or not. So I wanted to also, from a housekeeping standpoint, best way to communicate is through chat. So if you've got something to say, want to raise your hand or comment, please drop a chat. We'd love to hear from you. And also right now, invite some friends from your office. Shoot an email out, message your cohorts in your office. We'd love to get more people on the link because we're going to be giving away some raffle goodies at the end of today's event. So helping others is really what the CFC is all about. And, you know, I wanted to kind of just tell a quick story about how I got involved in the campaign, just to kind of warm up the stories for our cohorts. But, you know, most people don't think they need help. And it's like, no, I don't need to lean on a charity. I don't need someone else to really lend unless something devastating happens to you. And we all have stories, right? So 6 years ago, I was hired as the zone manager here in Nebraska, so Zone 12, Heart of the Midlands. And I was responsible for running the Zone 12 campaign. So since I was a newbie, you know, one of the ways I thought I could learn is I volunteered to be also on the help desk. So a lot of help desk calls would come in and people would just ask mostly things about the campaign. Most questions were super, super easy. Well, early in that first year, I took a live call from a CFC coordinator in my zone, and she was livid. I mean, just really livid. And if you remember back 6 years ago, what year was that? That was 2017. So 2017 was the year that OPM imposed all sorts of changes in the campaign. You know, no cash, you know, no fundraisers. You had to designate money to a specific charity. They reduced the paper, you know, blah, blah, blah. So we're all trained on, you know, that we're modernizing the campaign, and we all had our counters to everyone that somebody was upset about. But long story short, this woman was livid, and she just laid into me on the phone. And my training, it was, you know, I knew better, but I just let her vent, and I just sat and listened. And it was 5 minutes of just getting throttled. And then I waited till she stopped. And then I didn't know what to say really. And I just said, hey, why are you in the campaign? And she paused, and it took a minute for her to say anything. And she said, well, because my sister has cancer. And everything just got real for a minute. And I said, okay, you know, you know what? That's why we're here. We're here to help your sister. So let's focus our energy on that. You know, give me your punch list of things that I can help with or questions that you have, and I'll fix those one by one. But the real issue at hand is we're here to help one another. We're here to help your sister. So we're going to talk about stories like that today, real world stories. And we've got 3 great speakers. In this order, we've got Elisa Pesic from the Department of Homeland Security. Our second speaker is Mr. Scott Vickers from the Missile Defense Agency. And our third and final speaker, we've got Michelle Jones from Operation Breakthrough down in Kansas City. So let me introduce our first speaker. So the first speaker you know, when I talked with her, she kind of shared a story about the tornado of 2004 here in Nebraska that really took everything from her family, just wiped them out. And in her explaining the story to me, she used the word devastated. That just kind of stuck with me. So I'm going to hand the floor off. Elisa, you want to go ahead and share your story?
Sure. You know, kind of as you started on May 22nd of 2004, probably a date that doesn't mean too much to too many people, but if you lived in the southeast part of Nebraska, it certainly did. You wake up one day, everything's fine. A tornado hits about 8:35 in the evening, and the next morning you realize you have hardly anything left. And just kind of working through that. And I remember the American Red Cross is the organization that reached out to us. And at first I was very resistant because I give to charity. I don't take charity. Yeah. But then when you look around and you don't even have shampoo, you don't have food, you don't have things to feed your animals, you kind of change your perspective. And I remember I had the most wonderful caseworker in the world, and I wish to this day I knew what her name was. But she was the one that really sat down and talked to me and kind of hit the point that I know you give to charity, but you're in a position where you need charity, and all those hours you've given to charity over the years, this is our turn to give back. And it was an amazing situation. And they gave us vouchers just for basic living needs until our insurance came through, until, you know, different things came through. I still get emotional thinking about it, and I still kind of tear up just thinking about, I don't know if I could have made it through those 2 or 3 weeks of my life without the assistance of that organization.
Yeah. Elisa, you said something that just kind of resonated with me. It's like, you know, we all give to charities, we don't take, right?
Right.
And that's the
Absolutely.
mindset. Yeah, that's a mindset that most of us are in, and it's humbling to get to the point where it's like, I really need to raise my hand. I do need help. So that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, everybody's happy and healthy now. I'm glad to hear and see that you're still in the lovely state of Nebraska.
Yes.
So that big tornado didn't chase you away. So,
no, didn't chase us away, but you know, it kind of taught us to take those storms seriously. It's not for sightseeing, it's for probably get undercover. It can take everything in just a few minutes.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Sure, thank you.
Hope to stick around with us here for the next 20-25 minutes. So wonderful. Our next speaker, Mr. Scott Vickers, is the Director of Mission Support with the Mission Defense Agency. He's a well-accomplished and well-decorated federal employee. He graduated from West Point in 1978 and has been with MDS for the past 21 years. So, Mr. Vickers, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, would love to hear your story. So the floor is all yours, sir.
Okay, well, I'm going to read most of my story because it's a little difficult for me to tell the story to begin with. And so if I choke up somewhere along here, just know it's because I have a very strong wife who overcame some really serious difficulties, and recollection of those times is always difficult. But I've made pledges to the CFC for many years, dating back to my days as an Army infantryman. I've contributed to causes that I cared about, cures for diseases that have taken family members, taking care of wounded soldiers and their families, preserving our outdoors so that future generations may continue to enjoy what we enjoy today.
Sounds like a plan.
But my donations.
Let's unmute Scott here real quick. Scott, can you unmute yourself? Sorry. There you go. Go ahead.
I think I just did. I'm not sure how I got muted.
That's all right. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Okay. 25 years ago, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. She had a surgery to remove a tumor and then underwent both radiation and chemotherapy treatments. All of this was successful, and there's been no reoccurrence of breast cancer. The medical team probably told us about this, about a risk associated with the treatments, but we did not remember it. Who cares about a 0.4% chance of developing complications down the road when you're fighting the big C today? 10 years ago, that complication showed up in the form of myelodysplastic syndrome, MDS. We were in California for my niece's wedding, and we went out for a walk. Liz was having trouble keeping up with the group. Not one of the wisest things I've ever said, but I told Liz she seems to be getting an old lady faster these days. When we got home a week later, we went out furniture shopping, and Liz wanted to sit down right away. And then I knew things weren't right, and it wasn't her getting old too fast. So a week later, I learned more about MDS than I ever cared to know. MDS is a type of leukemia where your bone marrow stops producing healthy white blood cells. Instead, the bone marrow produces immature cells called blasts at an incredibly fast rate. They don't fight disease, they deplete plasma and red blood cell counts. And this is why my wife was tiring so quickly. So we went to see a medical team at Huntsville Hospital, and they told Liz that she might survive for 6 months to a year with regular blood transfusions, and that the only possible treatment was using radiation to kill off her bone marrow and regrowing it. We didn't like that idea, so we took another opinion at Vanderbilt Medical Center and had a consultation there. Vanderbilt told us about a new treatment option involving a stem cell transplant. Success rates weren't great, but they were improving. There was still risk of rejection issues, and the treatments were extremely stressing, but we felt this was a better option if Vanderbilt could find a donor that matched Liz's DNA. Vanderbilt did find a donor, and Liz went through a 150-day process to prepare for and recover from the stem cell transplant. She spent another 3 years taking anti-rejection drugs and frequent visits to the clinic to monitor her progress and catch up on immunizations. But she is still here today, strong and full of energy, and telling me that I'm getting to be older faster these days. So anyway, if the MDS had occurred 5 years earlier, there would have been no cure. The treatment was in research, and there would have been no Be the Match database of potential stem cell donors. Fortunately for Liz and I, charitable organizations who participate in CFC did fund stem cell research and the infrastructure to support it. There are no words that I can use to describe my appreciation and the debt of gratitude to those who contributed their time and money, or the gratitude I have for the donor who saved my wife's life. So charitable organizations are able to accomplish what you can't accomplish on your own. For example, it takes substantial money and time to develop a cure for a deadly disease. By collecting and consolidating many small contributions from donors across the country and from across the globe each year, charities have found cures for diseases and enabled those afflicted to lead longer lives. You might not benefit directly from your contribution, but others will. You might benefit from contributions made to causes that you did not contribute to, like I did. You can't know what the future holds, but collectively in our giving society, we will benefit from everyone's contributions. CFC helps make this happen. I personally thank everyone who participated in this year's campaign, and to those who are about to give and make their contribution during the remainder of the week. Thank you.
Wow. I need a second after that one. Thank you so much for sharing that. That touches my heart. I lost both my folks to cancer, and I wish there was advanced technologies like there is today to help save them. So that's amazing. Okay. So our third and final speaker used the word shattered when she described what her life was like when she first entered the CFC charity in the Kansas City area 12 years ago. She had 3 young girls and was on the run from an abusive partner. she and her girls needed safety, security, and a fresh start. Michelle's here to tell us how she built a new life for herself, her children, and for the community. Michelle Jones with Operation Breakthrough. Michelle, you with us?
Yes, hi. So it all started back in 2011, where I got into a domestic violence situation with my daughter's father. And I really didn't think like abuse is bad, because he never hit me or nothing. He just told me one day, I'm gonna kill you. And I thought it was a game. I thought he was just playing. So I was pregnant with my daughter. She's 12 now. And he left me on the highway for dead. So because he had so much power and stuff like that, I went to a shelter, a battered women's shelter, and he was still able to find me. So the organization that took, it's still kind of hard to talk about it sometimes, but the organization that took me in, and one of the officers that knew, brought me over to Missouri to an organization called Operation Breakthrough. So in the process of me being with Operation Breakthrough, they didn't have no room for me, but the people who ran this place is called Sister Bird and Sister Carita, and started, they took me in anyway. And so my kids was like in the center where they helped me get back on my feet, but it was kind of hard. And when I say it was hard, is because I had to start over. I had to start my life by getting on welfare assistance, like food stamps, government assistance. And I don't know how people can do it, because having 3 kids getting $292, that wasn't good enough for me.
Yeah.
But I had to take it because we had to come over here and we had to live as a John Doe. So I was scared and everything, but the support that I got from Operation Breakthrough, it still hurts me, but it's making me stronger, because they done did so much for me. As of today, last year was my first day coming from being a John Doe. I've been a John Doe for 11 years. I finally got my first car in my name last year. I've been living under John Doe where nobody knew where I was. This organization that I am in, they even helped me where it got me off the assistance. I do my own, I pay my own health insurance for me and my children. We're not on assistance no more. They got me a job and I'm helping others. So I know that there is organizations out there that will help. It's just that you just have to give them a chance. Even if you don't want to give them a chance, you have to give them a chance, because they built me back up to where I am today. And I really appreciate them. This place is amazing, and I wish it was more people that can come and see how amazing this place is. And so now I work here, and I've been here for 4 years, and I love it. And now I'm helping other families that's been in the domestic violence situations to get strong and understand that if I can do it, you can do it too. So I love working here. I don't even like going home. My kids love working here, and it's just an amazing place. And that's about it. My whole goal this year is to put my own name on my own house, so we don't be completely a John Doe no more.
Wow. Wow. Michelle, one quick question. You know, you went through a lot, and what's touching, your whole story is touching, but what's interesting to me is, how as a single parent did you provide that leadership, that mama bear to your 3 kids as you were going through that? How could you elaborate on
So
that?
it was kind of like hard. And, you know, like as they was going to school, they helped me here where my kids was like really sad all the time. And I told them I will always like try to keep a smile to make them understand like it's going to be okay. Because we all was living in fear, and I knew they was living in fear. But it's to the point now that I'm able, from this organization that I'm at right now and another organization that also that helped me throughout, it helps my kids to understand like they got counseling. And so it's people that's out there helping us get through. Because, you know, even though that I feel like the pain is only in me, I learned from here, kids hurt too. So my kids are really like, I keep it 100 with them, and we communicate about everything and every step we take. We still take our little steps every day. And teaching them like, hey, when somebody say this, somebody say that, believe in them, because things can happen. And where we at in here in Kansas City, a lot of things are happening. But this place that I'm working at, Operation Breakthrough, is an amazing place. And they give so much support, where I don't think it's another place out there in the world like this. But I went from me and my children, we went from getting counseling to helping with housing to doctor care, dental care. I mean, we done got so much, from using their pantry to getting like furniture for our house. So, and now it's like really good. Like, I don't have to be scared no more, but sometimes I still live in fear because my daughter's dad's still out there, but I'm not in that much fear no more. I'm at like 5 to 10% fear, when back I was more at 95 to 100.
Well, together we're stronger, right? Together we're
Yes.
stronger. So thank you so much for sharing amazing stories. I wasn't prepared for the emotions of those stories. So forgive me for getting a little choked up there. I had a hard time speaking. So anyway, Michelle, Scott, Elisa, thank you so much for sharing the heartwarming stories. I mean, this is what the CFC is all about. And you don't hear these stories every day. And as strange as this sounds, this part right here, where we're seeing how our hard-earned dollars goes to help the people in need and turns our lives around, that's exactly why we do what we do, right? That's why we're all volunteers in the campaign. So thank you. So it's a tough act to follow here, but I'm going to hand the floor off to my counterpart, Katie Barker. Katie, are you there? Are you ready to take over from here?
I am. Yeah, thanks, James. You're right. That's a very tough act to follow. Those are very touching and powerful stories. And I'm very thankful for all of you being here and sharing them with us. As all of us here have heard, this is just an example of how the CFC goes from beyond just helping individuals and our community. It also touches lives within your own federal community. So if you haven't already, I'm going to just briefly walk everyone through the online giving portal and show you how to make your pledge. If I can, there we go. So for those of you who haven't yet donated, the giving site is givecfc.org. And then once you go to the website, you'll see the big blue donate button. You'll go ahead and click donate. And this is where you'll need to either log in if you already have an account set up, or create an account. I will go ahead and log in to my account to walk you through. So once you create your account, you'll need to set up your profile. And if you already have your profile set up, you'll see once you log into your account each year, OPM makes it easy for you to either copy your existing pledge, or from here you can submit a new pledge. It also shows where you can print off your tax receipts, see your payment history, and update your payment sources if you would need to. If you are new and need to originally set up your account, you'll need to go to the profile settings. Once you're in the profile settings, this is where you'll select if you're an employee or active duty military, a retiree, or a contractor. And then you'll want to make sure that you list the zip code for your work location. This is how our results are tracked, is by your work zip code. And then in addition to that, your individual office results are tracked by each office has a 6-digit CFC code. As you'll see here, this office CFC code is the K6WNR1. If you do know your 6-digit code, which you'll be able to get from your coordinator, you can simply enter that code in this lookup field click lookup and it will automatically populate your department, agency, and office information. That just saves you from having to scroll down and find your office. It easily populates it for you. You'll click Save Changes. And then that's where you can then go to submit your pledge. And it will take you to the search engine where you can search on a variety of different ways. You can search if you have a specific charity you'd like to donate to, a specific cause, if you wanted to find a local charity, or not only can you pledge monetarily, but you can also pledge volunteer hours.
Yeah.
So you can search strictly charities that have volunteer opportunities if you like. You just click search, and then you'll scroll down, find the charity you would like to donate to. Simply click add next to the charity and it adds it to kind of your shopping cart up here. And then you can simply go and check out. One good thing about the giving site is you're able to donate to multiple charities with your one pledge. I don't know why I seem to be having technical difficulties, of course. I guess that means hopefully a lot of people are on here making pledges right now.
Exactly. It's exactly what I was going to say. We're overloading the system.
Right. So you should be able to go to your cart and check out. Here we go. So this is where you'll select if you want to pledge with a credit debit card, your bank account, or volunteer hours. If you are a federal employee, you can do a reoccurring donation or a one-time donation. And then you'll select your annual pledge amount. And then the charities that you've put in your cart, they'll be listed here. And you'll be able to either select a percentage or an amount to each charity. And then once you do that, you'll continue with your pledge, and then you'll just submit. So it really makes it easy. And like I showed you on the home page, once you have this account set up, you're able to go in the following year and you can simply renew or submit a new pledge. So that's really all I have to share on the giving site. I want to thank everyone, and I do have our winners here listed. For attending, we do have 3 $20 gift cards, and we did select the winners at random. Thanks, Quinetta, for pulling those for me.
Katie, you actually had a 4th one, so I'll let you name the 3 and then I'll tell you who the 4th one was, okay?
Okay, all right. So
but
it looks,
it would be nice if everyone could get on their camera so we could see the reaction of the winners.
right. So it looks like our winners are Kathy Stallworth, Michael Bray, and we have Laverne's phone.
Oh,
And
Laverne
the
Butler. That's Laverne Butler.
All right, they need to
So-
get on camera. And the 4th one was, I think it's Nikisha Tatum.
Okay. Perfect. So congratulations to the 4 of you. You have won $20 e-gift cards. If you could please, I'm going to put my email in the chat here. So if you could just send me an email and shoot me an email and I will get that emailed over to you. It's an electronic gift card. So that's my email address. So if those 4 winners could just go ahead and shoot me an email, I'll get those gift cards sent over to you.
Yeah, just email. If you didn't see it, it's katie@mpmay.com, katie@mpmay.com, or reach out to any of us and we'll make sure that you'll get taken care of. So
Yes.
Katie, thanks for doing the walkthrough on that. And our special guests, again, thank you so much for sharing those warm stories, and all of you, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the campaign. You know, again, I feel blessed just to be on this call today. So thank you so
And
much.
James,
I
don't know if we just have 1 minute. I'd like to send this off with a brief thank you video put out by Operation Breakthrough. So let me see if I can get this to play here just real quick.
All right, everybody turn your volume up and listen up. Here we go.
Here we go. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, federal employees. Thank you for your generous gifts. Because of you. Operation Breakthrough. CFC code 93232.
Because of you, Operation Breakthrough is able to provide safe, quality early care and education, before and after school programming, and even workforce development and entrepreneurship for teens. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Because of you. The world is a better place. Thank you.
So I thought that'd be a great way to end our event. So
That's a
thank
great
you,
way.
everyone.
Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. I saw
Yes.
some Chief fans there. All right.
I have
thank
a
you.
question. This is Kathy. What you say, where do we need to send our email? Put it in the chat. And thank you all for selecting my name. So you want me to put it in the chat or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I need to
fine. If
email?
you want to put it in the chat, that will work as well.
Okay.
Yeah, winners, you can put your email in the chat. Will grab it. We've got your names written down, so we'll track you down, or you could just email Katie directly, Katie,
Oh, okay.
Katie at mpmay.com.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Kathy.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, thank
Party at Kathy's place. All right, thanks, everybody. Bless you.
Thanks, everyone.
Let's finish strong.